Hello, welcome back to today is day 3 of taking better care of you, a little series this week. And so for those of you that don't know me, my name is Kay Miller, and I help women prioritize moms. I help women and moms especially prioritize their time and their energy so that they can take better care of themselves so that they can really reach for what makes them happy, for their hopes and dreams, what they want, rather than just catering to the intentions and the wants and needs of everybody around them, so that they can live a happier life now, right now, today, every day, not just on holidays and weekends and vacations. And I was not always this cool, calm, and collected person on the inside that you see on the outside today. So you know how inherently as women, we like take on this role of superwoman, right? And then you look at Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is, and you see all these other women that like have these perfect families and everybody has matching clothes and everything looks perfect, right? And you think, God, how does she do it? Meanwhile, I'm just like struggling to keep it all under the tent, and like everything's just like kept together with duct tape, and I'm hoping I don't drop a ball or everything will come crashing down, right? Like you kind of feel like a fraud sometimes. Okay, so that is the world that we all are living in. And I want to tell you that you are not alone if you are feeling that, okay? So 3 years ago, I was really struggling to take care of myself. I was a teacher working 3 jobs, which sadly is not uncommon at all. So I had a 3-year-old at the time, so I was leaving home for work before my 3-year-old was up. And most nights I was lucky to get home for bedtime. And on the weekends, I was so tired. I was so tired that I was not myself. I was drained and depleted, and I was not the mom that I wanted to be. I was very checked out. Right? You can imagine that, right? Okay. So fast forward to my turning point was the day that I came home. It was one of the few days that I had the afternoon to myself to do whatever I wanted. I had a very particularly challenging day at school, and I really needed to vent. Do you ever need that? Like work is really hard and really challenging. You just gotta like get it out, and you gotta vent to somebody who understands, right? Okay, so that's what I needed in that moment. And as I was trying to get a porch session together with one of my friends and I couldn't reach her, that's when it hit me. Like, what? What am I doing? What am I doing that I don't want to be spending more time with my family, that I would rather go sit and drink wine and vent about what was happening in order to feel validated, in order to keep going and going in this life that I was not happy with, right? That's when it hit me. Like, I don't want to live like this. What am I doing? So that was the moment for me. And the first step that I took was I decided to quit drinking. So at that time, I was using wine and alcohol and food as a coping mechanism. So at night, you know the phrase like coffee till wine, or Netflix and chill, all those things. Like that was what I was doing. That's how I was coping with my stress. It was just checking out and using those unhealthy tools to help me do it. And so that was the decision that I made, was no more drinking. I really thought at that time that it was going to be forever, that it was going to have to be forever, because it felt like such a crutch for me. quickly, I realized, a month into my practice, I realized that it didn't have to be that way. That I actually didn't have a drinking problem, and I could absolutely still have wine and still drink with friends and still use it to celebrate, but I have a boundary with it now. So I do not drink when I'm stressed, so that it never turns back into that again. So what I did do when I made the decision to stop drinking is it forced me to learn different coping mechanisms. It forced me to develop healthier habits in order to cope with my stress. So the first thing that I turned to was yoga, and from there, meditation. And so mindfulness just kind of started to flow into my life from there. So what happened really, really quickly was I started to use meditation in my morning routine, whereas before I would, get up for work and take a shower, and everybody else is asleep in the house, so it's just me, and I would watch the news and scroll on Facebook while I had my coffee before I get ready for work. Well, this changed. I did not pick up my phone. I did not turn on the TV. I sat with myself and found my grounding, found my calm, found my balance, and I set my intention for the day. And when I did that, I was able to go into my day at a much more creative and grounded, balanced place. And what happened was like unicorn magic. I mean, seriously, like for us, for moms, and especially too as teachers, if you're a nurse or a teacher, like it gets really chaotic. There's a lot going on all the time. People need you. You hear your name all the time. Like, oh, it's so much, right? So much. So to be able, I can't even put it all into words. But let's just say, I'm gonna give you a story. That'll help, right? Okay, so I'm gonna give you a story. So one day I come into work, and another group had used my room the night before, and I walk in and it was trash. It was a mess. It was just a mess. And I had a student teacher at the time, and she was freaking out. She had to teach that day, and it was so wrecked that like the kids were coming in 10 minutes, and there was stuff all over the floor. I was a dance teacher. I had a big warehouse type space, and there's things all over the floor. And I came in. I had my immediate, very pissed off reaction. And then I immediately got to work because I had a very grounded and clear creative focus because of the intention that I had set for myself that morning, and the calm that I had tapped into before I started my day. So I went right to work. Within 5 minutes, everything was cleaned up. The kids came in. They had class, everything was normal. Student teacher had a great day. I had a great day. Kids had a great day. All because I went into my day from a place of having had taken care of me first. So when I did that, I had more of me to be able to do what I needed to do in that chaotic moment. I did make an intention just to maintain or enforce a boundary. And then I quickly got on with it, like I didn't have to harbor any kind of frustration or anything, which is completely different than the me that would have been a month earlier. So I want that for you. Okay. I want that for you. And if you are somebody who's feeling really drained, you're feeling like, you give to everybody else, you give and give and give, and you're really not giving to yourself. I want to ask you, how long do you really think that you can keep this up? How long? We only got one today. There's just one today. And if we're busy wishing our weeks away to the weekend and to vacation and to Christmas break and to all these things, like that's your life. You don't have to wait until the kids are grown to be happy. You don't have to wait until you retire to be happy. You can have that now. my life, my teaching, even my relationship with like my coworkers and my students around me just felt so fulfilling after I started taking better care of myself. My life was just, it was amazing. I didn't leave teaching because I couldn't handle the stress because of like, two worlds colliding, right? I was now balanced and calm and my job wasn't. It wasn't that. I left because the calling on my heart that like this feels so amazing to live this way that I have to tell more people. I have to share this with like everybody that I know. Everybody needs to feel this way because it's amazing. It's amazing, right? So I want this for you. You don't have to wait until you retire to feel good now. You don't have to wait until the kids are older to feel good now, to enjoy every day, not just it'll get better when. Right? So if you were feeling that, you're like, yes, I want more of that. I want to teach you how to learn how to prioritize your time and your energy in a way that suits your needs, in a way that you can say yes to more of what lights you up and learn how to say no and not feel bad about it. Okay. And actually be able to discern like when those two things need to happen. I also want to help you create, like, stop being so mean to yourself. That we are our own worst critic, right? Yeah, you are your own worst critic, and there's a real mean girl inside your head. I want to help you banish her, like take her out, take her down. Stop being so mean to yourself. We're going to change our mind and change our thought processes to just be a much more kinder and gentler place. And that is something that you can do. Okay. I can teach you how to do that. It's not as hard as you think. So how would it feel to live every day in a way that makes you feel good, that makes you feel fed, that makes you feel confident and free? Do you want that? Yeah. Yeah, I want that for you. Okay. I want you to have this because this is amazing. So please, please click the link in below this and you can learn more about the program that I have developed that is going to do all of these things and more. You can do it on your own in your own time, or you can do it with me in an 8-week period where we meet privately every other week. And you have a private session with me and I help you really take the time to implement these things that I'm teaching you. Okay. It's not a big time commitment. If you can read a book and you can journal, you can do this. All you have to do is watch videos or listen to recordings of me talking for an hour or less a week, and then also have about 20 minutes, 3 days a week for implementation, okay? Unless you choose to do more, and you might. That's it, right? Your time is really, really, really valuable. Your time is like your most valuable commodity, and I am not going to waste it. What I am going to do is I'm going to help you to create more of it so that you can give more of it to what matters to you. Okay. All right. I'm going to be talking tomorrow. I'm going to be talking tomorrow about more of the details that are inside of that program and really what you can expect inside of it. And also, I'm going to be live in an interview with Lizzie, who is going to be talking about intuitive eating. She has a bonus workshop inside of the program where you can learn about tuning into our natural cravings, right? Stop stress eating was I was a big stress eater before that 3 years ago. Dairy Queen, right? Dairy Queen on a Friday to reward myself for getting through the week. If you were doing that, why do you have to reward yourself for getting through the week? You don't. You can love your day every day at the same job, with the same people, in the same family. I promise it is possible. What's missing is you, right? What's missing is your relationship with you. That's what's going to change it all. Not another thing, not another person, not another job. You. Okay. So I'll see you tomorrow. If you have any questions in the meantime, you can message me and I would be happy to answer any questions that you have. I'll see you later. Much love. Bye.